I'm not sure when you will be listening to this episode, but today is the first day of August. And we are in the thick of summer and it's hot and humid. And I'm guessing that we all could use a little rest and refreshment these days. In case you missed the announcement in the last Summer Rewind episode, for the month of August, we will be sharing the episodes from the She is Awakening seasonal journal podcast. And I know that everyone that listens to this podcast isn't subscribed to that one. So I wanted to take this opportunity as we are moving through the last half of summer to share a few of those episodes with you here. So I hope you enjoy. Welcome to the She is Awakening seasonal journal podcast. I'm Susan Beth, creator of the She is Awakening seasonal journal, a practice that walks through each season, creating space for connection with our creator as well as ourselves. You are listening to week 7 in the summer seasonal journal. Unless we are intentional in how we desire to live each day, we can tend to live life on autopilot and be pulled toward the loudest voice or distraction of the moment. God can speak to us in so many different ways. Creating space to get still helps us connect with our Creator, which is our ultimate source of life. For many, journaling is one of the most life-giving practices. It helps us get still and know God. The practice of writing slows us down and allows us to breathe, allowing Holy Spirit to lead, comfort, and instruct us. Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30 in the Message read, "Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me and you'll learn to live freely and lightly." Week 7, Summer Play. Summer whispers to us, inviting us to rediscover the lost treasures of play, to wander barefoot through meadows of possibility, to embrace the whimsy that paints the world in hues of wonder. In the enchanted realms of childhood, playfulness thrived as a sacred language, nurturing the seeds of learning, identity, and exploration. Yet as time passes, we sometimes hesitate at the edge of the unknown and often retreat to the familiar, forgetting the joyous art of play that danced within us. In play, we not only find enjoyment and ease, but a gateway to our truest selves, losing ourselves in the spontaneous dance of discovery, unfettered by the demands of performance. Here's some prompts for you to pray and to process this week. When was the last time you played? Is there something that you have been interested in trying but haven't, thinking it's a waste of time? Play is life-giving. Think about how you can incorporate more time to play into your life. I don't know what memories come up for you when you think back on childhood summers, but I can remember the anticipation building up the last weeks and days each school year towards the last day when our days would be carefree and full of play. I definitely was not one that loved waking up early for school and eating breakfast and heading off to school every morning. So I'm sure that my parents looked forward to summertime and not having to drag me out of bed and into a car most mornings as much as I was excited about it. But my mind sometimes it thinks back to those days when I see all of the tech games and the devices and activities available now. And I'll just try to think back and think, how did I feel my days? And maybe you went off to special camps for weeks at a time, but besides a week at church camp, and then when I got older, a week of band camp added into that, my time was pretty much filled with whatever I found to do. When I was younger, it was playing in a creek, pretending to live in pioneer times, as we called it, making all of our food from scratch, hashtag dirt, and washing all of our dishes and clothes in the dirty creek water. Hours were spent in those creek beds, as well as running around the neighborhood, playing with whoever was out. We didn't seem to be as picky about who we associated with back then. Politics and religious preferences were not important to a child trying to organize a game of kickball, or just sometimes it was just not wanting to be wandering around alone. Those days were sweet and those days were simple. And as I've gotten older, I've found myself reaching back for those days. Spending time talking to a neighbor that I seemingly have nothing in common with, except that we are both human beings alive at the same time in history, living on the same street, same neighborhood, and we were both created by a God that desires to be in relationship with each of us. As grown-ups, we can tend to overcomplicate things. We try to organize everything and be productive when the beauty of play is the opposite of those things. Play is beneficial, not for some end result or product, but for the sole act of letting go of any expectations and simply following our curiosity and enjoying the moment just as it is and for what it brings to us. I hope that whatever your season of summer this year is holding for you, I hope that you're finding some time to play. The God that designed and formed you knows you better than you know yourself. Your Creator planted the seeds of His image uniquely in you and desires to co-labor with you in revealing the beauty of His goodness and mercy in the world. He desires to walk with you through every season and is faithful to complete what He started in you.